This came out of nowhere. We jumped on this as quickly as we could. I was at the football game. We're hanging out. We're watching the Jaguars lose. All of a sudden, I check my phone, and I wanted to see if I was winning any money, which I was not.
Mark Kaye
wait, what? Hold on. I gotta pause that because I can hear myself. And then all of a sudden, what happened was I started getting these alerts that there were shots fired near Donald Trump's home at Mar-a-Lago. This was earlier this afternoon, about 3-ish. And the shots fired around the West Palm Beach home of Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Now, shots fired around Mar-a-Lago, it was not confirmed immediately that it was a second assassination attempt. However, a lot of us, we've been saying they're not done. We've been saying this is not something that, the Democrats are like, well, we're just gonna wait and see what happens in November. It's crunch time now. And after the first assassination attempt, there were a lot of questions about whether or not that was the only assassination attempt. And you may remember there were questions about the Secret Service and how the Secret Service lacked the protocol and in fact, we played a clip on this show just on Friday. This was Senator Blumenthal. Senator Blumenthal, I think I still have it here, he's from Connecticut. He is a Democrat. He's on the Senate committee investigating the failures of the Secret Service in Butler, Pennsylvania. He's one of the people investigating the failures of the Secret Service to communicate appropriately and to stop the shooter in Butler, Pennsylvania, before he could take shots at the former president of the United States, Donald Trump. And I'm going to play this clip for you again. Listen to this. This was Senator Blumenthal just the other day.
I think the American people are going to be shocked, astonished, and appalled by what we will report to them about the failures by the Secret Service in this assassination attempt on the former president. But I think they also ought to be appalled and astonished by the failure of the Department of Homeland Security to be more forthcoming, to be as candid and frank as it should be.
Yeah, there it is. So he's throwing the Secret Service under the bus, and he's throwing the Department of Homeland Security, run by the Democrats, I'd like to point out, Alejandro Mayorkas and Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, all the rest of that entire clown show, throwing them under the bus, saying they were not forthcoming and they were not transparent and they did not tell everybody what everybody needed to know. That there are multiple problems with this investigation. The Secret Service's reaction at Butler, Pennsylvania, their lack of communication, and the lack of communication from the DOJ and the Department of Homeland Security. That was just the other day. And then all of a sudden today, just a couple days later, on a lovely Sunday afternoon at Mar-a-Lago, actually, I don't know how lovely it was. It's been raining here in Florida for like weeks. It was pouring down rain in Jacksonville, but it was lovely enough for Donald Trump to be out on the golf course. And he was out on the golf course when all of a sudden we heard shots. By we, I mean I wasn't there, but there were shots fired. In fact, the report that the police got from the Secret Service were, again, shots fired. And immediately the report started coming out that this was just outside of Mar-a-Lago. It was, shots fired. The president is safe. That's the first thing we got. Here, let me pull up my X because this is how I've kind of been documenting it on the X. And let me go back to what happened. The first statement we got was this campaign statement from the Trump campaign. President Trump is safe following gunshots in his vicinity. No further details at this time. That's from Stephen Chang, Trump campaign communications director. That was the very first thing we heard. And then we started digging in and finding out, okay, well, there were shots fired in the vicinity. I think I made a joke about somebody stepping in the line of someone else's putt. But then we found out, it wasn't two dudes or it wasn't two people. It wasn't like rival West Palm Beach gangs, which I don't think there are gangs in West Palm. I don't think it's not a big Crips and Bloods kind of territory, that West Palm. Mar-a-Lago is a lovely place. I've been there a couple times myself, and it's very swanky. So anyway, we originally thought it was just like a gunfight or a couple of randos arguing over something. But it turns out it was one guy. And the Secret Service, as we now know it, as is being reported, opened fire on him before he could get a shot off. CNN reported, I think, that the intended target was Donald Trump. I think CNN first reported that maybe he had fired the shots, but we now know, it's been confirmed, that the shots were fired not by the shooter, but by the Secret Service. And we know that because, we watched this little press conference here the other day. This is the police and the Secret Service.
Call came out 1:30 this afternoon. Call came out, shots fired. That was called in by the Secret Service. Because we're in constant contact with them all the time. We were notified of that. and we had units here that immediately sealed off the area. Fortunately, we were able to locate a witness that came to us and said, hey, I saw the guy running out of the bushes. He jumped into a black Nissan, and I took a picture of the vehicle and the tag.
Okay, now this guy deserves some kind of a beer. Get him a beer, get him a MAGA hat, get him a free round at Mar-a-Lago or something, because this guy...
Which was great.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, sorry. It was great. He approaches the police. He goes, I saw the guy jump out of the bushes. I saw the shooter. And so here's kind of how it goes down. When Donald Trump goes to play golf now, because of the first assassination attempt, they now have what they call a bubble of security that precedes him on the course, or precedes him. It comes before. So yeah, it precedes him. So what happens is, if Donald Trump is, let's say that Donald Trump is on hole number 4, which I think is where he was on 3 or 4 at the time, the bubble has already gone 2 holes ahead. And this is great if you're a golfer, because it means there's never anyone, you're never playing into anybody. You're never waiting for anybody, and you're never hitting into anybody. So that's a great thing as a golfer. But the second thing is that Donald Trump's security now is 2 holes ahead. They've created this moving bubble, and the Secret Service just goes bubble to bubble to bubble. They move, and they go right ahead of them. And so they kind of clear the area. That way Donald Trump can hit his golf ball and not have to worry about getting shot at. That's the whole premise. And apparently in this scenario, it worked the way, unlike Butler, Pennsylvania, it worked the way it was supposed to work. Unlike Butler, Pennsylvania, this time around, the Secret Service was able to stop the shooter, because what happened was one of the Secret Service agents, who was 2 holes ahead, they say he was about 500 yards out from where Donald Trump was, and he had this AR-15. So maybe he could have hit him, maybe not. It depends on the scope. I've heard a couple people say there's no way he's making that shot. A couple of people have said if you have the right scope and Donald Trump's like 200 yards closer, yeah, it's a shot that's makeable. But what happened was the Secret Service saw this guy sticking the muzzle through the bushes, because Mar-a-Lago is surrounded by bushes and shrubbery, and that's when they engaged. That's when I guess they shot at him. He dropped the rifle and fled. And then this Good Samaritan, this MAGA Patriot, saw him, chased him down, took a picture of him getting into his black Nissan, which, by the way, I don't want to say anything about Nissans, but it's not, it doesn't surprise me that the attempt failed because the guy's driving a black Nissan. I'm just saying. Anyway, and then here's what happened next.
So we had that information. Our real-time crime center put it out to the license plate readers, and we were able to get a hit on that vehicle on I-95 as it was headed into Martin County.
By the way, how scary is that these license plate readers that they have, I mean, they've got them all over Florida. They've got them all over, I think they've got them all over the United States at this point. But these license plate readers, man, they put a license plate in it, they type it in, and boom, they can pinpoint your vehicle wherever you are at any time. And in this case, it's a good thing. But, if sometimes it may seem like it's a little bit too much of a, it doesn't matter. Here, let's see here what the rest of this police report says.
We got a hold of Martin County Sheriff's Office, alerted them, and they spotted the vehicle and pulled it over and detained the guy. After that, we took the witness that witnessed the incident, flew him up there, and he identified as the person that he saw running out of the bushes and jumped into the car. Man, how great. I'm telling you, we need more of these guys. We need more of these people that see, because here's the thing about MAGA supporters and Donald Trump supporters and true Americans and patriots. When they hear the gunshots, they don't run from them. You may remember in Butler, Pennsylvania, and that was the thing. I saw this meme the other day where, Kamala Harris was all at the debate, and she was like, Donald Trump rallies are so boring that people get up and leave. Donald Trump rallies are so boring that they start to leave before it's over because that's what she said. And somebody wrote a meme that was like, B word, please. People don't even leave the Donald Trump rallies when bullets start flying, which is true. Because in Butler, Pennsylvania, when the bullets started flying, nobody left. Nobody trampled. There was no massive chaotic stampede of MAGA supporters, of Donald Trump supporters, of patriots running, trying to exit ASAP. They stayed, they sat there, they waited, they wanted to see if President Trump was okay. Then in an orderly fashion, they left, and they all spoke with the police if they needed to, and they cooperated with authorities, and that's how it works in America. If you're a Republican, if you're a conservative, if you're a Donald Trump supporter, and this guy think about this. You're walking along
West Palm Beach. Was it Boca? Where is it? It's West Palm, Boca. It's that area. It's a whole, South Florida. You're walking by Mar-a-Lago, and keep in mind the people, okay? The people that are in Mar-a-Lago that live around that area, these are hoity, rich, wealthy people. These are people that have some money. I don't know if you've ever been to Mar-a-Lago. It's not the $5 million that Judge What's-His-Name said it was worth. It's worth a lot more. And Dragon or whatever. So anyway, you've got these rich, ritzy people. They're walking their poodles. They're wearing their Lululemon shorts and their Prada shades. And they've got their, Louis Vuitton, what do you call it? What are those things called? Sacks? Is it called a sack? Louis Vuitton sack? What do you call it? A belt bag? I don't know, whatever it is. And they're walking along, drinking their chai teas. All of a sudden, you hear shots. Bang, 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 bang. And you don't know what it is. You see somebody run from out of the bushes, and instead of ducking or running away or whatever, you chase them, pull out your iPhone, and start snapping photos, watch them get into the car, keep snapping photos of their Nissan SUV, and then get those to the police right away. And then when the police say, we caught the guy, can you get in this helicopter quickly to ID him? You go, yes, I can. And you drop your chai latte and you get in and you fly from Mar-a-Lago to the to 95 and you ID the suspect. And I mean, that's amazing. That's amazing to me. And all we ever hear about is how there's complaints about the residents of Mar-a-Lago and the West Palm Beach and how everyone hates Donald Trump there. Apparently they don't. They're sick and tired of these attempts on his life. They're sick and tired of people trying to usurp the political process, and they're sick and tired of being, surrounded by these Secret Service agents. But again, thank God this time around they did their due diligence and they did their duty. There's some information about the suspect. This supposedly is the guy. Okay? This is supposedly the guy. This is a photo on the internet. Guy's name is Rouse. We have a video we're going to play you about this. He's wearing some kind of pink, I don't know if that's a hoodie or a shirt. I guess, I don't know why he's exposing his very, very frail physique here. I don't know. I mean, I'm a little jealous. I've got kind of a dad bod myself. But anyway, you can see his rib cage there. This is supposedly the suspect. This is the alleged shooter. Oh, I wrote, on assassination days, we wear pink. Because I've seen I've seen some people say, oh, look, it's white guys for Harris or white dudes for Harris. I don't know. I can't confirm nor can I deny his particular political. I mean, I have a guess, but whatever. Anyway, listen, this just popped up here from Fox News. This is a discussion about the shooter being identified.
They came so close, it seems. Hi, David.
Yeah, hey, Eric. Hey, Molly. We're told the suspect's name is Ryan Wesley Ruth, R-O-U-T-H. Not much more known about him at this time, except that he's the suspect currently in custody right now. Palm Beach Sheriff's Office says that he was taken into custody by the Martin County Sheriff's Office, just the county north of Palm Beach, was taken into custody after escaping the scene in his black SUV. According to the sheriff in Palm Beach, he did not make any sort of initial statement when he was taken into custody. They're expected to be releasing more details, a mugshot, whatnot later, but we're continuing to dig into who he is, who Ryan Ruth is, where he's from, his background. We're seeing a little bit online. We want to be careful and make sure we have all of the information correct before we present it to our loyal viewers. But we can tell you right now that his name is Ryan Wesley Ruth. Eric, Molly.
And we want to be careful with the information because we want to get it from authorities and not go into speculation. Any sense, though, from...
By the way, I'm totally fine with speculation on my show. I know this is Fox News and they're way more, they've got a lot more people suing them. But Wesley, it said Root, but I think it's Ruth, R-O, Wesley Ruth. Ryan Wesley Ruth is who the suspect has been named as. I don't know if anyone has yet checked his voter registration, but maybe out there, somebody check to see if he's a registered voter for one particular party or the other. Maybe check to see if he's posted anything about attending a Taylor Swift concert lately. Any of that information would be helpful to have.
What you've been able to determine what could have potentially been a motive.
Okay, this is just a dumb question. If you're at Mar-a-Lago and you have a long long-barreled rifle and a scope, and there was a GoPro also too. I don't know what he was trying to. I don't know if he was going to take video footage of himself trying to assassinate. I don't know what was going on. But there were a couple bags. There was a GoPro. There was this rifle that was left behind. I imagine that a potential motive would have been, I was trying to kill President Trump when he was coming down the fairway of number 5 at Mar-a-Lago because I don't want him to win the election. But again, that's just speculation on my part, which I have, again, no problem with.
Yet, or is it much too early, David, in terms of politics, in terms of background, the fact that the gunman allegedly had a GoPro to potentially shoot and film? And
Sure.
Video what he was going to do and put it on social media. What
Shoot and film, by the way, not the right word. We know what you were saying.
allegedly motivated this potential assassin?
Well, I'm going to be honest. We don't know at this time.
Yeah. Okay, good. So we're just going to speculate because that's all we have. Oh, here's just more of me. Let's go. We're gonna, and this is really like this is how we've been getting the latest. This is how we've been getting the latest. Molly Hemingway. I was still livid over the first assassination attempt, and now we have a second. I did notice, by the way, that Kamala Harris, the vice president of the United States, look at this. She tweeted, or somebody on her staff tweeted, and she wrote, here it is. Let's read it together. I have been briefed on reports. Why can't I make it bigger? I should be able. Anyway, I have been briefed on reports of gunshots fired near former President Trump and his property in Florida, and I am glad he is safe. Violence has no place in America, except for, violence has no place in America, unlike those immigrants that she keeps pulling in and dumping in, places like Ohio. I guess she's totally fine with those. There's a bunch of, the comments are, End Wokeness wrote, you called him a threat to democracy and a day one dictator. You own this. You keep telling Americans he's a danger to our democracy, says the bunny foo. You keep telling Americans he wants to be a dictator. Juanita Broderick, where's Joe? You're not the president and you never will be. You, my dear, are a fraud. F-O. Anyone know what F-O stands for? Faux? I don't know. You and the MSM are responsible for this. There was another tweet from Hakeem Jeffries, which I don't know why this tweet came out at this particular time. Let's see if it's still there. Look at this. This was 3:30 p.m. This was just about the time I was getting the news. 3:30 p.m. Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader in the House of Representatives, wrote, extreme MAGA Republicans are the party of a national abortion ban and Trump's Project 2025. We must stop them. The minority leader of the House of Representatives, while there are reports coming out that there's an attempted assassination, a second one, on Donald Trump, this guy, Democrat, Brooklyn Congressman, leader, House Democrats, work hard, stay focused, deliver results for the people. This guy is tweeting out, MAGA Republicans are a threat. We must stop them. That is just, I don't know, man. That's just, then his next tweet was kind of interesting. He then wrote, political violence has no place in a democratic society. It's so, look at these. These are just one right after another. Look at this. Boom. There's just one on top. I'm gonna post that here in just a minute because that's just ridiculousness. Let's see what now there's. Well, like I said, we're just getting new information every 5 seconds. There's some new information. Here's, I don't know, like apparently Caitlin Clark is very popular. Jason Miller, that's 11 hours ago. Let's go to trending. Let's go to where's the here, Ryan Wesley Ruth. Here's what I want to see. And again, we don't know. We're just going along with it. Breaking: Trump would-be shooter Ryan Wesley Ruth from Greensboro, North Carolina. Great. Just right down the road from my hometown. May have been involved in a 2020 incident where he barricaded himself inside a roofing business. That's interesting. Man with gun barricades self inside business. Wow, that looks like, I don't know if that's him. The political donations of would-be assassin Ryan Wesley Booth. All to the Act Blue, Act Blue, Act Blue. He made a lot of donations. $3, $1.90, $19, $10, $1, $1. Look at his employer. Not employed. Not employed. Not employed. That says the state was Hawaii. I don't know what that. Here's more. Let's see. Happening now. Ryan Wesley Ruth has been actively working with Ukraine, recruiting Afghan special forces to go fight with them. This is interesting. I don't know if that's the same. Again, we're just reading right off of Twitter. We're not really sure if this is the same guy or not. But it looks like it could be owner at Camp Box Honolulu. So he's either from Hawaii or he's from Greensboro. Look at this, man. A Democrat from North Carolina who moved to Maui to work with FEMA building shacks. He's been to D.C., works with the government, has been working with Ukraine to recruit soldiers. He stands against everything Trump stands for and believes conservatives will destroy the world. Interesting. So is that his hair? Is his hair blue there? Is that what I'm seeing? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Some blue hair? Like blue, I guess it's like for Ukraine, or I'm not really sure what. Anyway, this is the alleged shooter. And again, we're not really sure if this is the guy. I'd bet some cash on it. Here's even more donations from the Democrat Party. I think we got him. Ryan Ruth. Shout out to People Power in the comments on my previous post, still unconfirmed. This whole story is weird. Now, the interesting thing is that thanks to Twitter, thanks to, whatever you want to say, we have already gotten more information about this guy. We've already gotten more information about this guy than we did about the first shooter from Butler, Pennsylvania. Crooks. We know nothing about Crooks. They tried to corner his dad at the Costco. He wasn't talking. And then all of a sudden we find out, oh, look, the body's already been cremated. And that story got dropped. Now, all of a sudden, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Conservatives aren't letting it happen again. Twitter's not letting it happen again. Donald Trump's not going to let it happen again. Fun fact, by the way, David Muir, who I now blame for everything, is going to be on Kelly and Mark with Wilmer Valderrama. Wow. I don't know. Maybe I'll TiVo that one. Maybe I'll hit the DVR so I can watch David Muir and Wilmer Valderrama. I'm saving that one. I'm saving that one for sure. Hold on. I have to tweet this real quick. David. Oh, I'm going to tag him in that. David Portnoy? No, David Muir. There he is. I blame David Muir. There he is. And he's going to be on Kelly and Mark with Wilmer Valderrama. Whoops, I've already said that. Yeah, I'm saying it again. All right, I guess I have to boycott David Muir. Perfect. All right, we'll figure it out. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. We've got, it's going to be a lot of information now about this guy, Benny Johnson. 2 impeachments, 4 indictments. Fun fact, it was 91 indictments. 34 convicted, 34 convicted. There we go. You know the thing. Vicky and I are, this is Jim Risch, Senator Risch. Vicky and I are thankful that President Trump is safe and for the heroic work of law enforcement. This is a direct assault on the Republic, and these heinous acts must be condemned and stopped immediately. I want to ask one more thing. The House of Representatives is in session, and they're talking about the SAVE Act. They're talking about shutting down the government. They need to at some point seriously consider what they're going to do about these assassination attempts on Donald Trump's life. Now it's been 2. They need to either beef up his security, or they need to condemn the Democrat Party. They need to figure out something that they can do as legislatures. To figure out what's going on and why these things continue to happen, and to stop this so that our presidential election, our constitutionally protected and bound elections that happen every 4 years, can continue unabated. Let's see what else. Oh, Tim Walz is writing now. Gwen and I are glad to hear that Donald Trump is safe. Violence has no place in our country. It's not who we are as a nation. What should we say to Tim Walz? Oh, wait, no, what happened? Wait, I wanted to quote that one. From what I hear, the shooter fled when the bullets started flying. You guys have that in common. Huh? There you go. And there you go. So Tim Walz and Kamala Harris. Look, I want you to understand something. This is very important to understand. Where are we? Let's go back here. Very important to understand, because I want your full attention. There are people all over the place saying that Kamala Harris won the debate. There are people all over the place saying Kamala Harris mopped the floor with Donald Trump. Kamala Harris kicked his booty. All I've been hearing for the last couple of days is how Kamala Harris she just destroyed Donald Trump in that debate. Ask yourself this. If Kamala Harris won the debate, if Kamala Harris was so far ahead, if all the polls had Kamala Harris winning the election, Why would they still be firing shots at Donald Trump? If Kamala Harris was a shoo-in, why would they be taking shots at Donald Trump on a Sunday afternoon at Mar-a-Lago? Why would they still have these crazy lunatic left-wing supporters like this Wesley Ruth guy? Why would they have him hiding in the bushes with an AR-15 and a GoPro? Why would they have him hiding, waiting for Donald Trump to come down the fairway so he could go pow, pow, pow? Why would they do that if Kamala Harris had won the debate, if the polls had her ahead in all the swing states, if everybody thought Kamala Harris was going to be the next president of the United States and Donald Trump didn't have a snowball's chance in HE double hockey sticks? And don't they also recall what happened the last time somebody took a shot at Donald Trump and missed? Don't they remember what happened the last time somebody took a shot at Donald Trump and failed miserably? Donald Trump's poll numbers skyrocketed. Donald Trump's support exploded. He was at the RNC, and he was the single most popular politician in modern American times. Democrats, Republicans, everybody who was there, everybody who wasn't there, everyone on the news was saying, this is Donald Trump's race. We have seen Donald Trump installed almost as the president-elect after that assassination attempt. And then what did they do? Just days afterward, they got rid of Joe Biden. They said Joe Biden, he was having trouble running against Donald Trump when it was just Donald Trump. Now that it's Donald Trump, assassination attempt, a survivor and martyr of American politics, victim of some kind of assassin's bullet that grazed his ear and almost took him out of this race and started, I don't know, some kind of civil war, some kind of real, I mean, you want to talk about a splinter down the middle of the country, then that's exactly what we almost saw. And now it's happened a second time. Look, this is the first time could be an anomaly. I don't think it was. A lot of people have questions. A lot of people talk about those kinds of things. The first time it's okay. The first time could be an anomaly. The second time could be what? A coincidence? Third time, and it's a pattern. I think we're already at pattern, because I don't think that this assassination attempt is the second assassination attempt. I think it's the second assassination attempt we've been made aware of. There's also the political assassination attempts. There's the personal assassination attempts. There's the character assassination attempts. Think about this. They've tried to call Donald Trump, paint him as a rapist and a sexual predator. They've tried to paint Donald Trump as some kind of tax cheat. They've tried to paint Donald Trump as some kind of criminal who stole secrets from the White House, top secret documents, hid them away at Mar-a-Lago, tried to sell them to the Chinese. They've tried to paint him as a communist, as a traitor to this country. They've tried to paint him as an insurrectionist. They've already assassinated his character by saying that he's not a patriot. He's not an American. He's not somebody who loves the United States of America. He's somebody who would mount an insurrection and stand up there and encourage other Americans to hurt other Americans and take over our Capitol on January 6, 2021. This is like the 9th assassination attempt on Donald Trump in one way or the other. The Stormy Daniels case, the E. Jean Carroll case, all of the indictments, all 91 of them, the 34 convictions that he had, which were bogus. The two ridiculously stupid and total waste of time impeachments. The first one for the Russian collusion, which never happened. And the second one for January 6th, where he didn't even get to mount his own defense. He didn't even get to mount a defense. It was 24 hours. They all voted to impeach him. And then the Senate said, you know what? You guys are still reaching. And now that Donald Trump's edging ever closer to victory, you're going to see that these are last-ditch efforts. The first time it happened, I didn't think it would be the last time, because for a lot of people on the left, for a lot of Democrats, they think there's only one way at this point to beat Donald Trump. And unfortunately, they're not very good at it. This is, well, fortunately for us, unfortunately for them. I want to show you this. This is the election forecast. This is the poly market. This is where we go to see what the betting markets, they take in all of the factors, not just the polls, not just the debate. They take in every single factor and they say, here's where we are. Here's the percentage that each of these candidates has to win the election. You can see it's 49% to 49%. 49% to 49%, Donald Trump, Kamala Harris. Donald Trump went up 1 percentage point. Kamala Harris went down 1 percentage point. I'm going to check this again in 24 hours. I guarantee Donald Trump's going to be in the mid-50s. I guarantee, I'm going to check this in 24 hours, Donald Trump's going to be in the mid-50s. In Pennsylvania, it's 51-49, Donald Trump over Kamala Harris. I'm going to check this again tomorrow, and I guarantee Donald Trump will be in the mid-50s in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania may be red. Nevada, they say is 50-50. Donald Trump's going to be up 5 percentage points in Nevada because people do not like this. They don't like it when Republicans are attacked or anyone is attacked by a political adversary. They don't like it when they're attacked in court. They don't like it when they're attacked personally. They don't like it when they're attacked by the FBI and their homes are searched. They don't like any of that. They don't like character assassinations, and they definitely don't like assassination attempts. So I believe wholeheartedly that this is going to alter the election once again. And any goodwill that Kamala Harris and the Democrats thought they'd mustered during the debate, which was not that much at all. I mean, this woman did not see the post-debate bump. The post-debate bump actually went to Donald Trump. And you can see that in the Poly Market score. Kamala Harris isn't way ahead of anybody. She's neck and neck. And now that Donald Trump is a 2-time assassination attempt survivor, back-to-back assassination attempt survivals, now it's going to be a whole different ballgame. Listen, I got to go eat dinner because, again, it's my anniversary, and I just wanted to pop on here quickly, and I just wanted to say howdy and kind of give you the lay of the land and let you know what's been happening. We will be back, of course, tomorrow at noon Eastern, as we always are, live for Kaye Saves the Republic. So if you're new to this channel, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you happen to be, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button, because we do this every day. We're going to bring you even more information. I know there's going to be more information on this. I mean, in 24 hours, we're going to have, this is going to be the old stuff. We're going to bring you all the new stuff. If you're on Facebook or X, wherever you happen to be, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're listening to our podcast, tell your podcast platform of choice, we want this. We want more Kaye Show. We want more Kaye Saves the Republic. We want more Kaye. Because I'm going to be here every single day bringing you the news and the information and the political analysis that we need. And we need it more than ever. And look, this may not even be hopefully this is the last time we break in with information and news on a potential assassination attempt on Donald Trump. But I don't have high hopes. I don't have high hopes that this will be the last time. But thank you guys for all of the anniversary wishes. I see them all popping up. I love you all. I'll see you in less